So I wasn't going to make another video, but I thought some of you might want to do some fixes on your Chapter 10 test that I'm giving you out back today. And if you want to, and you don't have to, if you want to raise your grade, then just get those back to me in the next couple days, and I will add half the points back to your math test grade. And so I wanted to try to do a couple of them for you of each section, so that maybe you could just use that to help you figure out the answers. So the first section, 10.1, is writing each sum in the simplest form. So I'm going to do it up here, and these are basic because the denominators are the same, so you just add the numerators. 3, 6 plus 5, 6, I'll just do it here, is 8, 6. And it says simplest form, so I can't leave that like that. I need to change it to a mixed number. So I'm going to change it. 6 goes into 8 one time. There's 2 left over out of 6. 6 goes into 8 once. 2 left over out of 6. I still can't leave that because 2 6 can be reduced to 1/3. And that's my final answer. Okay, so that's how you have to do that section. So let me move on to 10.2. And that is, these all, I notice, have common denominators as well. So I'm just going to do 3, 6 minus 2, 6 is 1, 6. It's pretty easy. Okay. This one's a little harder because 3/4 minus 1/4 is 2/4, and you can't leave it there because it says simplest form, and you need to turn that into 1/2. Okay, so if you got some of these wrong, there's 2 done for you already. Let's bring down to 10.3. This is a little harder, so I'm going to try to show my work here. It's going to be hard because I'm trying to tape it as well. So 5/14, a moment. Okay, sorry about that. So 5/14 and 1/7. So I need to change these to 14ths, which is the least common multiple. I need to put something on here to stop it from moving. Okay, so I'm going to change these both into 14ths. This is already in 14ths, so I bring the 5 over. How did I get from 7 to 14? I multiplied by 2. So I'm going to multiply by 2 up here, and I get 2 14ths. This is terrible. And then I'm not going to have room, but 5/14 plus 2 14ths is 7/14. Please remember the signs. Some of you got a whole bunch wrong because you forgot signs. These particular ones are all addition. But 7/14 can't be left that way. Divide by 7, and I get 1/2. Or whenever the numerator is half of the denominator, the fraction answer is always 1/2. Okay, so you just need to change them to common denominators. This one is already at that. Make sure to do the right sign, adding, and then always simplest form. Okay, so there's one of each of those on that page. And let's bring on the next page. Oops, lost my cap. All right, so on this one, let's bring my thing to hold that down. So I left some space here for you to show the work. So this one, show the numbers that you rounded to. So on this one, honestly, there were some of you who missed all of these, or most of them, just because you didn't change the subtraction. So if that was your problem, you can easily go back and fix those. Some of you did all the subtraction wrong, but then there were a couple others, so don't just fix subtraction, you just need to check to make sure that you did it all right. So let's do a couple of these so you know how to do them. I look at this and I say, oh, 3 4/9. 4 is a little less than half, so that's going to round down to 3. Or not down really, it just stays 3. Plus 7 2/9. I decided, is that closer to 7 or closer to 8? 2/9 is definitely closer to 7. So it's 3 plus 7 equals 10. And you write that right in there. And let's do one more. So 10 3/11. That's closer to 10. So I'm going to put 10 minus 4 2/11. 2/11 is closer to just 4. So 10 minus 4 is 6. Okay, those are pretty easy. Just decide whether the top number is either more or less than half. If it's more than half, that number is going to go to 11. If it's less than half, it's going to stay 10. Okay? Just watch your signs. There are some of you, like I said, that missed them all because of signs. All right. So now this one, it's a little bit harder, getting a little bit harder. Write each sum in simplest form. So, let's see. This is going to be a little easier, so I won't do this one because you have common denominators, but let's try this one. So we have 8 1/3 plus 2 2/9. Okay? So, I don't want to forget the 8 and 2. If you want to bring them over, you can, so you don't forget about them. And then I'm going to change these, let's say, into ninths. This one's already in ninths. 3 times what equals 9 is 3, so I put the 3. Then I just add 3/9 plus 2/9, 5/9, 8 and 2, 10. And you're done, because that's simplified. Some of these might not be simplified. You need to do that. Okay? And if they end up as a improper fraction, you need to make sure to change them. Okay? If you need help after I do this, just give me a call, or we will set up a Zoom meeting or FaceTime or something to help you do these if you choose to do them. All right, so this section says write each difference in, and the simplest form is the key. Okay, so let's just try this one. So now, if you got one of these wrong, you probably got them all wrong because you were probably doing the process wrong. So I want you to pay close attention. I'm going to leave the example here so that you can see it on this video. So you can't take 5 6 from 2 6, so we do want to borrow from the 9. And we make the 9 into an 8, and we take that 1, and we need to make it into something that has a denominator 6, but that equals 1. So if you remember correctly, 3/3 equals 1, 4 4s, 6 6, 8 8s, those all equal 1. But this one I want 6, so I'm going to name it 6 6. Okay, so I took that 1 and I made it 6 6. But there were already 2 6 there. So I'm going to bring that whole thing over here. Remember, it's no longer an 8, it's now a 9, it's now an 8, plus the 6 6 and the 2 6 makes 8 6. So now I have the 8 and 6 6 plus the 2 6 already there, 8 and 8 6. Then I can just bring this over, and I have to remember that I'm doing subtraction. 6 minus 5 6 is 3 6. 8 minus 5 is 3. I can't leave that. 3 6 is 1/2. That's my final answer. I always like to circle them so I can see what my final answer is. Plus, it's easier for me to correct. Thank you. So, there's that one. You want to do exactly like that. You can watch this video and just pause it to this section, or fast forward to this section if that's the ones that you missed. Okay? All right. I have a low battery, so I'm going to have to finish here. So, 5, 6, and 7. I don't think many people got that wrong, but let's do this last one here. So, this one is a whole number, minus 10 and 5/8. Now, The only difference with this one is there's nothing here, but that's okay. So we're still going to borrow from here. I make that a 12. And remember, we just need to have something that equals that 1 we borrowed, which is going to be 8/8 because we need 8s here. So I'm going to just change that 13 to 12 and 8/8. That makes 13, okay? But now I have the 8/8 that I can do the subtraction with. So 8/8 minus 5/8 is 3/8. 12 minus 10 is 2. And there's nothing I can reduce. Final answer. Okay? So those are all done the same way. This and this are done the same way. So just go back and look at how these are done. And you shouldn't have a problem. I'm going to end the video here because it's about 10 minutes. Go back to the sections that you need and use this to help you fix your problems, and then send them back to me. Again, you don't need to, but if you want to bring up your grade, you'll want to do that and send it to me in the next couple days, and I will correct it, put it into Sycamore. All right, have fun, and give me a call if you are stuck. Bye.